Judge, you have a choice: your husband or your guns. Florida judge issues unconstitutional order to wife of accused felon. Lee Williams. October 18, 2023. Photo illustration from licensed Shutterstock account. By Lee Williams. Last week, a Florida judge forced Lisa Merrick to renounce her Second Amendment rights, give up her Florida concealed weapon or firearm license, CWFL, and remove all firearms and every single round of ammunition from her home, even though she had not been accused of a single crime. If she failed to comply with the judge's unconstitutional order, her husband could have served 19 months in a state prison. If she complied, her husband would be sentenced to probation and walk out of the courtroom a free man. You have a choice, the judge told her. Your husband or your guns. Can I have a minute? She jokingly asked. The events that led to Merrick's strange dilemma began years ago when her husband Ralph Merrick was working for the Department of Transportation. Ralph Merrick, who's now 60, fell off of a truck and injured his back, according to his son Thomas Merrick. Ralph Merrick became addicted to pain pills and turned to street drugs after Florida and other states made it more difficult to obtain prescription painkillers, his son explained. This is the face of the opiate crisis, Thomas Merrick said of this father. This is not the man who raised me. On April 6, 2022, at 1:38 a.m., Ralph's addiction reached a crisis point. According to a Charlotte County Sheriff's Office arrest report, deputies were sent to his home to investigate a shots fired call. Investigators determined that the home across the street had been struck by gunfire. One round went through a glass picture window, and another struck the exterior wall. In addition, the right tail light was shot out of a blue Mercury Montego that was parked at the home. No one was injured. A total of 19 shell casings were found at the scene, including both .40 and .45 calibers. Officers recovered 3 handguns of the same calibers. Deputy Perot made contact with Ralph Anthony Merrick, who was highly agitated and in an excited state. Ralph related that he had been fighting several people who were attempting to kill his family. Ralph was cleared by medical personnel and detained as part of the shooting investigation. While being cleared by medical personnel at Fawcett Memorial Hospital, the medical personnel advised Ralph had numerous illegal narcotics in his system, including cocaine, the arrest report states. Several neighbors identified Ralph Merrick as the shooter. One told investigators he went door to door with a rifle, adding there was no one chasing Ralph. Ralph Merrick was charged with violating 2 state statutes, 790.19, shooting throwing into vehicle or dwelling, a felony, and 806.131b1, criminal mischief under $200 damage, a misdemeanor. Charlotte County deputies removed all of the firearms from Merrick's home, not just the 3 involved in the shooting. Many of the firearms were antiques and /or collectibles, including a Colt 1911 and a matched pair of .357 Magnum revolvers with consecutive serial numbers. 5 of the firearms belonged to Lisa Merrick. 3 of them, an SKS, a 1911 and a .357 Magnum revolver, belonged to their son, Thomas. Plea agreement. In 2014, Ralph Merrick and his son Gregory were honored by the Charlotte County Fire Department for saving their neighbor's life by entering a home that was fully engulfed in fire and pulling the homeowner to safety. My wife was in our backyard, and that's when she saw the lady pounding on the back window and hollering for anybody she could to get over there, Ralph. Read more. 6:15 p.m.